Toyota Yaris review. What is it? Nobody buys small cars anymore, right? Well, not exactly. Toyota may have recently pulled the covers off the jumped-up, plastic arch-clad Yaris Cross, but it still expects its smaller sibling of the same name to make waves in Europe. In 2019 alone, it sold 224,000 third-generation cars on the continent, taking a 7.6% share of the B-segment market in the process. That's not bad form at all, considering the rivals, the Renault Clio, Volkswagen Polo, and Ford Fiesta, are all guaranteed sellers on our shores. Now, in another show of support for the small hatch, the Yaris has been redesigned from the ground up for its fourth generation. It's a good-looking thing, isn't it? The folded rear end and the optional two-tone paint job, £1,180 in pearlescent form, mean it's recognizably Toyota, and you'll spend most of your time behind the wheel looking at those swollen rear arches in the wing mirrors. Nice. It looks much better than before, but that could be because of the GR obsession. The Yaris is based on an all-new, 37% stiffer compact car platform known internally as Garbi, essentially a downsized version of the Garci platform used for the latest Ciara and Corolla, which has also allowed Toyota to make it 5mm shorter than the outgoing model, though the wheelbase has grown by 50mm and the whole car is 50mm wider and 40mm lower. The same kit as the raucous GR Yaris. We usually say those kinds of things about next-generation sports cars, so this is kind of refreshing. What does that mean in the real world? Well, practically, it means the old Yaris seating position, which was presumably inspired by the Routemaster bus, is no longer present either. Here you sit 60mm further back compared to the previous generation, and the hip point is over 2 cm lower too. These sound like small changes, but they make a world of difference to large modern humans. It also means that the Yaris is actually surprisingly direct and comfortable. A stiff base to push from means that the suspension does what it should. A longer wheelbase adds some ride refinement to motorway cruising. It doesn't pitch as much as the old one, and the wider stance makes it a little bit less topple-tastic if you accidentally pitch it into a corner with too much speed. As we've said, this isn't a car that you should be worried about driving like it's a racetrack refugee, but that stuff also makes it feel more mature and competent at NAN speed. So what about engines? What's the story there? In the UK we'll only get one powertrain to choose from, if you discount the totally reinvented GR Yaris, as we'll have to hear, as the Yaris follows a heap of other Toyota products in going hybrid only. So, propulsion here comes from a 1.5-litre 3-cylinder engine connected to a small lithium-ion battery and an electric motor for a total output of 114 brake horsepower and 89 pounds-feet of torque. Said power is sent to the front wheels only through our old friend, the ECVT gearbox.